Good morning. I suspect that most of us have had to ask for references when applying for a job, no doubt leaving us wondering what was said about us. In today's reading, which comes from Luke chapter 9, verses 18 to 22, we see Jesus asking his disciples firstly who the crowds think he is, and his disciples suggest the crowds think he's a prophet. Then Jesus asks them directly, "Who do you say I am?" And Peter announces that Jesus is God's Messiah, or as in some translations, the Christ of God, which literally means God's anointed one. But did Peter really understand the answer he gave? Probably not at this point, as it would appear that Jesus doesn't affirm him and instructs the disciples not to reveal who he is to anyone. We may think this strange, but was it because they, like other Jews, were still expecting a kingly Messiah, someone who would fight for their freedom and lead them to victory against their enemies? But returning to these verses, we then see Jesus goes on to explain the type of Messiah he actually was, not just a chosen person, but the Son of God, whose path to victory would be very different, through suffering, rejection and death, but who would conquer the real enemies of sin and death. But what about us? Who do we say that Jesus is? How do we answer Jesus' crucial question? And what difference does our answer make to our lives?